Good morning, my friends. Hope you're doing well. I started off just putting Say on my face. I did that before I started recording. I am then today going to use the TirTir foundation, and this is the orange one. I have no idea what the difference is. This one is called TirTir Mask Fit All Cover Cushion, and I'm in the shade 23N Sand. I bought this in Japan this summer, and as you all know, Asian market has a lot of very light colors. It doesn't look very light, but it is rather light. So I'm happy I can wear it now. But this is the first TirTir that I actually have bought. I have been trying them on, but since everything turns yellow on me, I do have a slight issue with most Asian fair products, especially foundations. They do run an awful lot of yellow on me, but this one looks fine. I think that the ones that we've had in Sweden also hasn't been like all the colors, because when I'm in Hong Kong and when I'm in Japan, I can always find something to suit me, which is of course wonderful, because there you can find 40 shades of pale, which you never can here in Europe or in the US or in all the other places I visit. So that's a luxury. Of course, the problem in Asia is that they don't have anything for the deeper skin tones. Well, almost nothing, I would say. Everything is created for people that are even more pale than me. So for me, it's a great place to shop foundations and powders and things like that, because they have 100 different shades of pale, which is fabulous. I wish it was a bit like that in all colors everywhere, but I understand that it might be a bit difficult to keep up with that. But it is rather lovely when you can go into a store and know that you absolutely can find a foundation, because that's normally not the case. I can see that this one is turning slight yellow on me, but it's nothing that people will notice. I notice it, but I'm sure it will be fine. And as I've said before, it's only makeup, you can wash it off. It also comes in this sort of packaging, which is very easy to travel with. This is the full size one. They also make a smaller sized one. I'm not sure if the orange ones have reached Sweden yet. I haven't seen them. I've seen the red ones, but in Asia this summer they had the orange ones, they had pink ones, they had silver colored ones. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, to be quite honest. I just saw the orange one and asked the lady what should be worn, and she said that one. So here I am trying that one. All right, so as a powder, I'm simply going to use the little under eye powder from Pat McGrath. It is pink, so I think that's pretty good to wear, especially when I have a slightly yellow leaning foundation on me. Might neutralize it a little bit more. I'm not sure if I need to powder this one, to be quite honest, but I'll do it anyway. I have used it once or twice, but it was a bit too pale. So, and this was like a medium color. And now I'm at my very palest, but you can still, it's not 100% when you look at it, but I'll make it work. It's fine. The Fara Homidi bronzer, love this one. I think this might be my best purchase in 2026 this far. There has been a lot of nice makeup. I purchased way too much makeup this month. I mean, you had the Chanel Rouge Noir collection, that was beautiful. I bought the Guerlain, the Denim Bloom quad. That one is also an absolute favorite. I love that one. I bought some stuff from Westman Atelier, I think. Well, this month has been a little bit over the top makeup wise. Well, I would say December too. So gonna use my Primer Potion, same that I always use. I am gonna do brown lip today since I'm wearing a brown sweater. I know it might look boring, but I felt like it. I hope that's okay. I felt a bit boring today. No, I didn't. I just felt like, let's do brown. Of course, I could do a brown lip, but that turns it all of a sudden into quite bold look. And I am going to be the members of the board today, so it might not be popular. This one showed up, the Westman Atelier blush stick. I've been eyeing this one for a while, and it's in the shade Mimi. Mimi you can only find on their website. I've been trying to get a hold of it on Cow Perfumery because I prefer to buy things when we have them in Sweden. I prefer to buy them there, but Mimi is exclusive to the website, and Sally Hughes loves this one. So me and Sally, we're like this. That's a girl I really want to go out and have drinks with, talk makeup. But she loves this one, and we have quite similar coloring, so I thought that maybe this one would be good on me. So let's try it together. Ooh, yeah, this one I like. That's a really nice color. It's a very beige color, but that's very much what I like. That's what I thought that the Say Lady would be like, but that one is actually much more pink than I thought, than I expected at least. Sorry, stuff falling over on my desk. I am using my It Cosmetics brush just to blend it out. This is a very nice color. Mixed well with the Fara Homidi bronzer as well. A little bit more. Sorry, I'm knocking things all over the place. This is going to be a favorite. I know it. I have the color Petal before. I've had that one for quite some time, but I have it in a smaller size. So I am going to do a little comparison video on shorts for you, comparing Petal and Mimi. Today I'm also going to use one of my absolute favorites, Pat McGrath. I mean, her eyeshadows are just next level. They are really expensive, of course, like most of my makeup is, but they are worth it to me. They last all day, especially when I wear a primer, and I love them. I can trust them. Been using them for years and years, and I hope she never stops making them. I'm going to start using this one, and then I'm going to put this one on my lid. I'm going to put that one in my inner corner and on my brow bone, and use this one just at the end, I would say, the outer lines. So I'm starting with my crease, and this is a brush. I think it's a BH Cosmetics brush, an old synthetic, but any old synthetic will do. You can find them at Sephora. You have, of course, BK Beauty. You have Refer brushes. You have Zoeva. You have loads of brushes. I am really gonna try, when I invest in more brushes, I am gonna buy someone from BK Beauty and Refer, because I've heard so many good things about them. And of course I want to buy more from Singe. But I'm not a big brush buyer. I buy them occasionally, but the last ones I bought was actually 2 from Wayne Goss that I really enjoy. They are really good. They are here somewhere, but I have a lot of brushes. Oh, I have to show you my brush stand. My daughter made this for me and she's painted it. Isn't it gorgeous? She is so talented. She's actually studying animation. So she's extremely good at drawing, and she has been since she was a very small girl. I have so many nice drawings made by her. She started drawing manga when she was 10. And now she's studying animation. Well, she's graduating this spring, so then it's off to university, I guess. So I'm not sure if she's going to pursue the animation side of things or digital design. I hope she does, because she's really brilliant at it. But whatever she wants to do, as long as she's happy, I am happy. It's her life, and you only have one life, and you should live it well. That's always been my experience. Then I am going to use this one. Oh, this is in the color Venetian Sunrise. I'm not sure if I forgot to mention that. But these ones are really gorgeous. They are so intense. Love these. I'm getting a little bit fallout, not bad, but a teeny tiny bit. That's why I always end up using my hands, because I just find that it stays on better. So this is quite a golden look, I would say. I do have another one by Pat McGrath that has like a pink flip one. That's beautiful, and I will absolutely wear that for you. Haven't used it in a while, so might be tomorrow's look. It's very Friday appropriate, I think. Taking the dark one, just at the outer corner. The thing I also love about Pat McGrath's shadows is that they are really highly pigmented. And if you apply one, you can drag it out into nothing. So Pat McGrath obviously makes makeup for people with a little bit more color than me, which most people do. So I do have some problems finding a transition color that's light enough for me. But with Pat McGrath, it's so well made, so I can actually take a quite dark one, like the one you see me put on, and just blend it into a transition, which is not something I can do with every brand's eyeshadows, and especially not one as pigmented as Pat McGrath's. My absolute favorite brands of eyeshadows are a bit like that, and that's Pat McGrath, I would say, is absolutely top of the line. She's my ride or die. I love her eyeshadows. I think I have most of them. I know that I'm missing a few of them. She made a collection with hearts on it for Valentine's Day with 6 smaller pans. I didn't buy those ones. And I think that I have like maybe 2 quads that are missing from my collection. And then I'm missing some of the older limited edition ones that came out in like 2018-19. I didn't buy all of those. I have a few of them, but I don't have all of them. But apart from that, I think I actually have most of it. So I'm definitely gonna make a Pat McGrath video for you showing all my stuff, but that's gonna be a while. That's gonna take a long time to go through, because I think I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 quads, and that's just the quads. And then I have all 13 motherships, no, 12 motherships, it's 12. And I have an awful lot of 6 pans, and I have an awful lot of quints, and I have, I think, 5 or 6 big palettes that she's come up with for Christmas. So as you can imagine, it will take some time to go through them all. And if I'm going to rank them, that's even worse. That's going to take a long time. I'm sorry if I moved my camera back a bit, but the problem is that when I put it more forward, my desk tends to wobble. I'm sitting on an old writer's desk from the 1830s, so it is a bit wonky, I would say. I would be too if I was born in the 1830s. So whenever I put my arm on it, everything just wobbles. So I had to move it back because it's more stable in the back. I'm just going to do on the lower lash line. I'm taking the darkest shade on the outer corner, mixing that one. But this darker shade is one of my absolute favorites. When you have a brown and it has a slight hint of purple in it, very, very, very slight, but that's just, that is my absolute favorite. I like anything that feels a bit like clay. I've talked about that before. You have it in the Ione liquid eyeshadow from Lisa Eldridge that has a slight like clayish. It's like, is it a brown? It has a little bit of red, it has a little bit of purple, it's a little bit of gray. I just love that one. So anything that has a slight tint of purple in it, especially when it's brown, I really like. It's the same with blue. Blue is not my favorite color at all. I mean, I don't wear a lot of blue. I try to in the summer, but I think it's beautiful on other people. It's just that it's not something I'm wearing. It's not my favorite color. But if you have blue and add a bit of purple, then I absolutely love it. So I tend to always go for the more blurple colors. I'm taking the lighter shade again and starting to use it underneath. This is turning out to be quite a dramatic look for a Thursday, but it's fine. I am doing some short films while I'm preparing for the Antiques Fair that we're putting out on the company social media, just like, this is what I found today, this is where we show up, like a sneak peek preview of what's coming up, just so they can add to social media, because since I'm going through everything, I do tend to find like new favorites of the day, so I am posting those ones. And if you are based in Sweden, you can go into either my office account, which is Sparkling Sia Official. I will upload everything, all those kinds of videos there. If you're English, I'm sorry, a lot of stuff over there is in Swedish. Not all of it, but quite a bit. And if you want to go to the Antiques Fair and you're based in Sweden, you do have a code, so you can get a bit of a discount on tickets if you go into Pantbanken Sverige and the Instagram account. We do have a code. I'm not sure if they have uploaded it yet, but they will absolutely do so by Monday. It's a 20% discount that they're giving all the followers on social media, which is nice. I'm hoping it will be a really fun show. We have some really good stuff, which is fun. One of my current favorites is a huge painting by Andy Warhol with Muhammad Ali. That is gorgeous. That's one of my current favorites. I haven't seen everything because I get new packages sent to me every day with stuff, so we'll see what turns up today. Jewelry wise, I mean, we do have an awful lot of really gorgeous jewelry. We have a lot of a Swedish gold and silversmith called Viven Nilsson, which is one of our largest Art Deco smiths, I would say. So I have quite a bit of stuff by him, so that's really exciting. I'm now going to use the Charlotte Tilbury dual-ended one, and I can't for the life of me remember what this one is called. She does make the longest, weirdest names on stuff. The Super Nudes Liner Duo. This is not the bright and illuminating. Super Nudes Liner Duo Enhanced Magnifier. I just not say it, the duo liner and brown. Come on, Charlotte, make it easier for us. I'm going to line my inner waterline and my upper waterline with this, because I want to have it dark like that. I have a bit of a problem with my eye watering. I'm not sure if it's the pollen season or what's going on. It could be just that we have extremely dry air inside now. It is ridiculous. Whenever you wake up in the middle of the night, it's like your throat is like dried up because it's so dry, the air. And of course it's really, really cold now. I am going to draw a line. I have to change sides on the mirror so I get the magnifier up, so I see what I'm doing. I think there's somebody's alarm clock going off. I think it could be my daughter. She's about to get up. And then, of course, I am going to use my Sumptuous Extreme by Estée Lauder, the little mascara. That one still hasn't finished, which is good. I mean, it's lasted me a good while. I have used it quite a lot, and I purchased it before Christmas, so it's still creamy. It doesn't feel like it's dried up. I didn't get any comments yesterday on my video about the sound. I have had 2 complaints that they can't really hear me. So I have changed some settings on my little app, the Rode app. Or I would say Rode, because it's Danish, I think. But everyone calls it Rode, so I'm going to call my mics Rode as well. But it's actually a Danish which is our O with 2 dots above it. But in Denmark they have an O with a little thing going through it instead. So then if it's Danish, which I suspect it might be, it's pronounced Rød. Danish and Swedish sounds very different when we pronounce it. In Swedish we would say röde, and in Denmark they would say rød. So it sounds different. It's actually quite similar languages, so I understand most Danish, I would say. It depends on where in Denmark you're from, of course. You have dialects. But there are a lot of Swedes that don't understand Danish at all. But once you've figured out what the different letters sound like and how they are pronounced, it's quite easy. I find that also with Dutch. When I'm in Holland or the Netherlands, I've learned the way they pronounce the letters, so I know that A is I and J, and H is G. So when you figure out what the sounds actually, what letters they correlate to, it's quite manageable. And then, of course, Dutch is like a mixture of English, Danish, and German. So if you know a bit of German, I don't, I have never studied German, but German is quite similar to Swedish as well. We have a lot of German words. Then you kind of can figure out what they're talking about. I wouldn't say I know Dutch, not by any means, but it is, it absolutely has similarities to the Scandinavian languages, for sure. And I can absolutely, when I go to a restaurant and stuff like that, I can actually, most of the time, understand what the dishes are and what's in it and things like that. And I know how to like count and say like, hi, how are you, and things like that. I have a lot of Dutch friends, and I used to spend quite a lot of time in Holland when I was younger, in the 90s. Had my first tattoo in Amsterdam when I was 16, I think. Yeah, I'm one of those kids. I made a wild strawberry on my arse. That's a little information for you. And it's still there. It's probably one of the ugliest strawberries I've ever seen, but that's all right. I have very fond memories of that particular one. So I still love it and like it, but I should probably get it filled in now because it's aging the same way my body does, and it doesn't look great. Finishing off with a little bit of the art pencil. I think it's called art pencil. Can't see, sorry guys. Artist Color Pencil by Makeup Forever, and this one is in Endless Cacao. Same one that I use almost every day. It's this one, Max Stone, or I use it's the contour wand by Chanel. I have that one in my handbag. Those are the three that I use just to line around my lips. Ooh, I'm actually going to put on some highlighter as well. I'm going to use the Westman Atelier in Pärla, which of course in Swedish, you know by now, means pearl. Gucci Westman is actually, if she's not part Swedish, she was brought up in Sweden. I think she's actually American, but she's been living in Sweden, so this is written in Pärla, which means pearl in Swedish. This is another thing I really don't like. I don't like it when they try to push each other away. Struggling a bit with that, because when I put one down, the other one falls. A bit annoying, but it is what it is. It's the same with some lipsticks. You can't have the two lipsticks in the same little bag because they will hate each other for life, feels like. I would prefer it if they just could like stick together, but most of the times they don't. So there we go, my friends. That's the finished look. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon again. Bye.